Hello YouTube and welcome to RV Daydream. Today we're going camping.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
It's 4th of July weekend. This is what I mentioned a few videos ago, and it's going to be kind of exciting. It looks like the weather is going to be on and off for Northeast Ohio, so we're going to be a little cool. Tonight we're going to be down into the 50s most likely. I mean, we were in the 50s last night. It was pretty cool, and it's dry air too. And today's high is not very warm, but we are going to get in the 70s versus the 60s, which was the other day, was our high. And then it's supposed to increase, get a little bit muggy, kind of the weather that I like. Today, though, wall-to-wall sunshine, and we're going to head down and find our spot. And we're going to have potentially a guest that might show up, one of our viewers and a fellow YouTuber. So we'll get into that if that all pans out correctly. We're going down to Paradise Lake. We're going to see some fireworks. This came in the mail today, and if this works out the way that I hope that it does, I will put links so you can pick it up also. This is a new freshwater tank that I'm going to be installing in the back of the truck. So when we're boondocking, we have a little bit more water. It's a 42-gallon tank, and I think that's just about perfect. We have a 50-gallon freshwater tank now in our RV, and what I was afraid of is if I had maybe 5 gallons left in our 50-gallon tank and I had to go dump our gray tank, I was going to fill up with fresh water at that point, and I didn't want to have too much, and I don't want to leave water in the tank obviously either. So this will work out. I got a pump and everything from the RV that'll be installed. That'll be in a later video. So let me go ahead and start doing some movement out here and get vehicles jockeyed around the way they need to be. It's funny because every time I start to put a few things in here, I realize how small the truck really is. And then I start thinking about all this stuff plus some toolboxes and now this water tote going in there. The RV's out of the way. Again, I got to do jockeying. My son, I told him whenever he comes home on Sunday night, Monday morning I should say, that he needs to park his car there. He misunderstood and he parked his car there now, so I'm gonna have to move it so I can get the truck in there and get the camper out. I've already posted it on Facebook and talked about this a little bit. Yeah, I had to make a patch on my temporary solution here. The railroad ties have just deteriorated, and I went in and just filled it full of saccrete. I took my air gun and blew it all out. You might be able to see some pictures here if I can remember to put them in. If not, get on Facebook and you can see what it looked like before. There were some major holes here. Again, this was just temporary. I mean, we're not going to be staying here. We're going to eventually move out of this place, and I didn't want to pay for a concrete pad, but they've served pretty well. These railroad ties on this side's okay. It's just I had one bad railroad tie. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing and take a look at it real quick. The main thing I'm concerned about is just a hole. Anything that could have caused a hole in this tank on its transport out here. I'm glad that he put an outer box on it, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and open this up, take a look at it, and put a little air pressure to it. Very little air pressure. I'm not going to put 100 pounds or nothing like that. I'm going to put maybe 10 pounds of air pressure in there to see if I hear any leaks. This is listed as a 42-gallon tank. As far as the dimensions, the way that I read it, it looks like it's closer to 40 gallons. I don't think it's 42, but I could be wrong. It's still, for the price, it's incredible. I mean, these things, you get a 40 to... well, even a 33, if you get a 33 to 40 some gallon tank, maybe a 50-gallon tank, you're talking $250, and that's not always including shipping. This one was delivered here for less than 100, which is great. And then you can see it's got these bungs already on the end, so you can use it accordingly how you need. One obviously will be a vent, and one obviously will be a fill, and that'll be this one here. So these will most likely be up on top, these here. I'll have it, you know, flipped around and pointed like so. So this will be the fill, this will be the vent, and then the supply line will be down here or up there. It's hard to tell how I'm going to have it, but yeah, I'm glad I got this. This will fit up inside the truck underneath the winch, basically where the portable blue tank is right now. And we'll get it all mounted in there and secured, and I'll show you that on a later date. Hi, I need to know if I might be able to check in for today. Is check-in time 1, 2, 3? I don't even know what it is. Oh, okay, great. I mean, yeah, I already have a reservation. I just didn't know if there was an issue with it. Actually, maybe within 40 minutes. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Alright guys, so it looks like that we're going to check in a little bit early, although it's not extremely early. It's well, 12:30, and I kind of dilly-dallied around and did what I could to get the camper where it needed to be, and I can't think of anything else I need to do, so I thought that it'd be a good idea to start on our journey. So we'll go ahead and head that way. I won't bore you with the whole ride, but we'll pick it up whenever I'm entering the park, and we can see what it's going to take to get this RV out in the field. All right, we're passing the Marshmallow Farm for Giants. You can see these are the little marshmallows you like to put into your coffee. Just kidding. We're coming up on the park here on the left, and yeah, you guys seen this. Looks like that there's going to be an auction here like normal, probably Saturday, and yeah, we're gonna have to try to traverse through some fields, it looks like, to get to where we need to be for our site. So I'm gonna pull off to the side here. I'm gonna disconnect my sway bar, sway control, and the weight distribution stuff, and that way I can do some weird angles. So we'll pick this up after I've got everything disconnected. We check in, and we'll go from there. The other thing is, when you take your weight distribution bars off, it puts more weight on your rear axle. Maybe it helps out with traction a little. So if you're getting in a loose gravel or a muddy situation, you got a little bit more weight. So yeah, just driving through the field here looks like the easiest way to do this. And then our site is right up here by these trees. I'm definitely nose down right here, so yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit, because I don't know if I can get my tongue high enough, and this is the disadvantage of having a lower camper. I don't know if I can get the camper low enough in the back without it hitting. You know, there's only so much height, so we'll experiment here, because these campsites, like I've said before, you pretty much just park anywhere you want. And I wanted to be close for the water. I can definitely come back a bit, so I think that's what we'll do, get closer to these trees. And yeah, this will be nice. Well, it looks like if I go back further,
I'm going to raise this side of the camper because it's going to be on some of the roots that the trees are providing underneath the ground, and make it a little bit more level. So I need to go back a little bit further. I'm going to put some boards underneath the tires on this side though, because this side is definitely low. And as far as front to rear, I think I'm okay. So yeah, it's just lifting this side. So this thing is definitely a balancing act, and look what I did. I got it stuck in the mud, and that's kind of my fault. You shouldn't back up, especially going uphill, onto whatever ramps that you may have. I'm going to try to drive over this a few times, see if I can level it out. But yeah, I definitely rutted it up. But it's level. It's very level. You can see here The bubble's darn near in the bottom. Looks like I can go a little bit higher over here. But yeah, and everything can be reached. I mean, there's the water, there's my water hose, and there's the water supply. And of course the electric, it'll reach. I have a couple of cords, so it'll definitely reach up to here. All right, so in here we are at 67 degrees, so the air is definitely working, and it's definitely nice and cool in here. I went ahead and ran the refrigerator on gas, and we're getting pretty cold, so you know what, I'm going to keep that on gas. And I turned the electric hot water element on because I was running that on gas. I'm getting ready to turn it off. Look, I had to put a step here because I don't think Heidi can make the step. You guys watched my last video when we went camping. I shouldn't say last video, but the last camping video. The wind came through and ripped up this awning. Well, I fixed it. It was just one bolt pulled through the plastic, so I had to put a washer on it. I've got my awning tie downs that I did that review on. And as far as the truck, you can see there's mud all over the back tires where I got stuck. I ran over that rut a ton of times, so it's all packed in. I do have a couple of issues. First of all, the water pressure here is really low, and I don't know if it's because something was going bad or if that's just normal, but here's the water. There's nothing. There's no water now. The reason is because I decided to fill the fresh water tank and thought, well, for our showers where we need some decent water pressure, we'll run our fresh water tank and the water that's out of it, because that pump, being brand new, puts out quite a bit of pressure. However, yeah, there's something going wrong. I had to go up to the office and ask him what's happening here, because there's no water here now at all. I've got to do a few things. I'm going to grab this cooler and throw it in my truck. I'm going to go and find some ice. I'm going to throw a bag of ice in here. Heidi wasn't sure if she wanted to do that or not, but she decided that she did want to. And then we're going to see about the water pressure. But yeah, we're here. We're set up, and just got to wait for her to show up. All right, so I ran to Salem, and I just came through the Plaza Auto Wash. This is a very good car wash. It's got good pressure. All the soap dispensing, the wax dispensing, it does what it's supposed to. I let the owner know, or I let the lady that was working the desk know that I don't have any water. She said she'd call somebody right away. That's a problem. And as far as firewood there, you can bring in as much as you want in your own vehicle. However, you can't have firewood delivered. And the reason is they sell firewood there. And I'm not exactly sure how much. They said it's you know, $7 for a little bundle, and I don't know how much is in there, a crate or something like that. And then if you want a pickup, if the customer loads, it's like $65. If they have to load it and deliver it, it's $80 plus tax for their firewood. I looked over and they didn't, there wasn't a pickup truck load there, that's for sure. I don't mind loading wood, but I don't want to have to scrounge for it. Well, I didn't make it very far, meaning I didn't get past the Dairy Queen. You know how I am about their coney dogs, so I did stop and get a coney dog. So I had something in my stomach. Haven't eaten anything all day, and it's 4:45. I did get a bottle of water, but of course, I got myself my Turtle Blizzard with double the toppings. At least I got small. Ugh, this ain't gonna be so good for the diet. All right, back to the campground, and they got our water fixed. They must have come out and done something, because if you look here, we got plenty of water pressure. Actually, this water pressure is better than what it was, so I don't need to run the pump. I thought I was gonna have to run the pump. That kind of sucks. But yeah, this is good water pressure. I need to turn off the propane back here, which I forgot to do. It doesn't hurt if you have electric and propane and they're both on. It will get it hotter faster. It'll recover faster. There's not really any reason that you can't run them both. We're going to get set up here inside with all my computer crap, so I can edit some videos, maybe this one, and try to get it uploaded relatively quick. Yeah, all we got to do is wait until Heidi shows up, which will probably be in about an hour or so. So Heidi's here. She finally made it. She stopped and got some Dunkin' Donuts. Yep. Alright, so now we can eat.
You have the grill going?
No, I forgot about that. Whoops. Well, the shadows are getting awful long here. And I posted some stuff on our Facebook so you could see, you know, the lot overall, basically. But yeah, we had a little bit more eventful getting here than normal. Normally the leveling's pretty quick, and normally the truck don't get stuck. But it wasn't a big deal. And we do have a neighbor, and Heidi's cooking. Now they dropped off their RV and then they took off. I'm going to bet that's made by Fleetwood, and I'm going to bet that it's a 91 to 94 model, because it's the exact same colors as our RV was before we painted it, except for the stripe.
Looks like it's just maroon and gray.
Yeah, we had blue on ours, but their stripe is faded the same way. And the reason that I think I know it's from Fleetwood, I don't think that you can see it from here, but I'll show you on ours, where the rear bumper attaches to the frame, and where the frame goes underneath of the metal siding on the back. Fleetwood did the same thing to theirs as they did on ours. So let me show you ours. Just disregard the spider web. But you can see they smashed it. They just kind of smashed this around where it needed to go, and they did it on both sides. So the body is down further onto the frame. Originally I thought maybe the support, the frame, you know, being solid, and then the body work or the build itself might have settled, but that's not the case. I've seen that on way too many RVs, so it must be the way that they did it. So it's going to be probably a pretty busy holiday weekend. Heidi's cooking the burgers, and we're going to close it out for the day, aren't we? Because I'm starting to get tired. So as always, guys, we hope to see you out there.